Hey everyone, welcome back to Cinema Clips. If you're a fan of Grey's Anatomy, you know that Cristina Yang was one of the most fierce and determined surgeons to ever walk the halls of Grey Sloan Memorial. But even the strongest characters can't escape the drama and heartache that comes with life on this show. In this video, we're taking a closer look at the 5 worst things Grey's Anatomy has done to Cristina Yang. From devastating personal losses to professional challenges, Cristina's journey was anything but easy. So stick around, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more Grey's content. Starting off at number 5, we have Cristina nearly dies from an ectopic pregnancy. Despite Cristina's clear intentions about not wanting to have a baby, she gets pregnant with Burke's child. She is unsure about whether or not she wants to have an abortion, and in the process of deciding, she collapses from a burst fallopian tube.
No, you know what? He will never know. It's over. Once his pregnancy is taken care of, Burke won't even be a blip on my radar. He'll be a smudge.
During a thoracotomy with Burke, she began sweating and having severe pain, and eventually collapsed in the OR.
Cristina! Somebody help her!
She was then rushed to the OR and was discovered to be having an ectopic pregnancy.
You left fallopian tube burst.
The operation almost became fatal, but luckily she survived. Earlier, Cristina didn't seem so attached to the pregnancy and tried to convince everyone that she was fine, but at the end, she finally broke down and cried hysterically. At number 4, we have Cristina gets left at the altar. Cristina faced every bride's worst nightmare when Burke broke up with her just before their wedding.
I'm sorry.
She had her hesitations about marriage but was willing to go through with it to make Burke happy. Ultimately, that was the reason why he left. He decided he didn't want to force her into anything and was tired of trying to make her the woman he wanted her to be.
You don't want to do this. I'm up there waiting for you to come down the aisle. And I know you don't want to come. I know you don't want to come, but that you'll come anyway because you love me.
Burke leaves her at the altar and ends their relationship, leaving her heartbroken. When she finds his things missing from their apartment, she starts to panic, and her tight wedding dress makes it worse. Meredith grabs a pair of scissors and cuts the dress off, then gives Cristina a big hug. And at number 3, we have Cristina gets strangled by her boyfriend with PTSD. After mending her heart from losing Burke, Cristina finds herself falling for Owen. When she is asleep one night in their bed, Owen has a PTSD episode and ends up wrapping his hands around her throat. She wakes up completely terrified, with him on top of her. When he finally gets off, she runs into the bathroom and cries in fear. While Owen did not mean to hurt her and felt horrible after it happened, this was an extremely traumatic moment for her. She displays unbelievable empathy at the moment and finds herself comforting Owen and reassuring him that it wasn't his fault, trying to balance her safety and her love for Owen at the same time.
It's okay. You were asleep. It's okay. Okay? It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
At number 2, we have Cristina gets PTSD after hospital shooting. A grieving widower named Gary Clark, who blames the hospital for his wife's death, enters Seattle Grace Mercy West Hospital armed, seeking revenge.
You decided to kill my wife.
He shoots Derek, who is then operated on by Cristina. Under immense pressure, she successfully saves Derek's life. After having to operate on her best friend's husband and having a gun held to her head while doing so, Cristina was left traumatized. Owen and Teddy thought that allowing Cristina in the OR will bring the old Cristina back to the surface.
Welcome back, Dr. Yang.
But instead, she had a PTSD episode in the OR. Jackson accidentally dropped a tray of tools and the loud noise triggered her. Meredith rushed in to comfort her, until she was ready to get up.
I can't be in here. I can't.
Okay, so let's go. Let's get out of here.
She ended up quitting the program and becoming a bartender instead. Cristina returned to surgery on her own terms by performing a complicated procedure at the scene of a mass shooting that took place at a school. Finally, at number 1, we have Cristina has a brief episode of reactive psychosis. Together with Meredith, Derek, Lexi, Arizona, and Mark, Cristina boarded a plane that was supposed to take them to a hospital in Boise, where they would assist on a surgery to separate conjoined twins. After the crash, her shoulder was dislocated and she helped the confused Meredith get back up and told her that the plane crashed. She was the only one who was awake when the rescue helicopter finally came to rescue the plane crash victims. Cristina was taken to the Boise hospital with the others, where she kept on fighting the doctors. They sedated her and tied her to her bed. When Owen arrived, the chief of Boise told him that Cristina was in a state of reactive psychosis.
What do you mean?
We think it's reactive psychosis. She's unresponsive, and then when we go to examine her, she becomes violent.
Cristina was sedated again before being flown back to Seattle. She remained in her state of reactive psychosis, refusing to speak. The doctors at Seattle tried to help her, but she didn't react to anything they tried. After the event of the plane crash, she decided to relocate to Minnesota, where she took a job at the Mayo Clinic. That's a wrap on the 5 worst things Grey's Anatomy put Cristina Yang through. It's no wonder she became such a beloved character with everything she had to endure. Her ability to rise above everything thrown at her made her an icon. If you connected with her story as much as we did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite characters, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which moment broke your heart the most? And what do you think Cristina would say if she could reflect on all of this? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Grey's Anatomy content.